Hey everybody, it's Walt, Dirtfoot Racing here. It's 4:58 in the morning. We are getting ready to take off to head towards Atlanta to pick up a truck. We are going to be on a recovery mission today. So my son bought a truck. You'll see it when we get there. So yeah, getting an early start. Ready to take off. Head in the Atlanta metro area. So stay tuned. All right, update on the trip. It's been 3 hours. We are getting ready to leave Florida and get into Georgia. Been on the road for 3 hours. A lot of fog back in Florida there. But anyways, coming up on the thanks for coming to Florida and spending your money sign. And see you again soon. This is painful. It really is. I'm kind of sad. Just think back, pre-election, what fuel prices were. And everything else, prices of everything else. So, there's a noisy truck over there, just sitting there idling. Oh, look at those cool cars. Look at this, you never know what you see when you're out on the road. But, oh yeah, look at that, man. Those are cool. Anyways, we're just here getting some fuel, get some food and some fuel, and we're on our way. We're we're in Georgia, heading towards the outskirts of Atlanta. Well, heck, we made it. We made it in one piece. We're in Spalding County, Georgia. That's where we're at. This is a local Griffin, Georgia municipality here, and we bought this. My son bought this truck, and oops, and yeah, we're gonna hop in her, put some fresh batteries in her, and take off. Just got done talking to those gentlemen right there, and very helpful, and said it was running the other day, so I don't see any problems with getting her going. They said the air compressor in the back, that's the extra part of the deal. They said it works too, so we'll see what happens. They just replaced it with a new truck, so we got to put batteries in it and check all the fluids, and we'll be on the road heading south. Talk to you guys a little bit. Well, we did come prepared. We got some batteries, bought 3 different batteries, and we got to come over here into the battery compartment, which is interesting. It's actually in the service box, and I'm going to replace these guys with the ones we brought, and hopefully we'll fire up and find some place to get some diesel, and we'll be on our way. So yeah, it's a big old truck. Got some good rubber on it. Yeah, interesting place. Yeah, crash cars and police cars and buses. That one over there, it says Spalding on it. That other truck, that just sold also too. That thing is like a dive truck, like for divers. So yeah, it's interesting. They got the jail in the distance. So yeah, this will be on the radar for more stuff, because they seem to know what's going on with their equipment. So we'll talk to you guys later as we head south. I christened the Big Blue. Big Blue fired right up. Didn't even sound like it turned around one complete revolution and it fired up. Yeah. Got a big old Cummins diesel there. Big Blue's ready to rock and roll, baby. Battery install was pretty simple. I had one of the spare batteries from my budget Class B build, actually the 12-volt battery that was in there for power, believe it or not. And then I grabbed one of the batteries out of my M1078 and brought them up here. So we got it figured out, and she's hooked up and ready to rock, man. This thing's gonna be smooth sailing. All right, everybody, we are heading south. Man, I tell you what, I can't, well, I'm going 55 or just under 55, but that's kind of reminds me when I was a kid, back when the speed limit was 55. But anyhow, crazy. But yeah, we're heading south. Big Blue is rolling down the road. A little bit of a learning curve for my son jumping in that thing and driving from scratch. It's a little temperamental little girl, but I think it's going to be all right in the end. All the gauges are running right and everything. Yeah, let me see what he wanted there. Hey guys, I'm back. I think it reminds me more of riding in the military vehicles, so it's not bad. 55 is not bad. It could be going 45, like in a World War II vehicle. But yeah, we're doing all right. Just moving along. Beautiful day. We'll see how it goes. I'll report a little later. Report back.
Now we're on my father's phone. He's making a plug for the fuel transfer pump.
Caveman style.
Out of wood.
Caveman style.
Hey.
Let's see if it works. Make it a...
There's countries with millions of people that run off stuff like that, so. I'm gonna have to get out of the road here. There's gonna be a car. All right, garbage truck went by. But trying to get a shot of him fixing it, screwing it in.
It's hard to do, because now that I cut it off, it's even shorter, so I have less to mess with. This pipe is not hot. No.
This is the content.
This is how you have to.
All right, got channel locks. We're gonna try to screw this thing in a little bit tighter. I'm in the middle of the road now, but
see how far we can screw this thing in.
Sure, it's coming.
How tight we can make it.
I'm getting this shot because the camera's way over my head, but
you know what? I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Oh, that's in the way. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, I can turn it.
yeah, I see it.
A little bit at a time.
See it in there.
It's not tight though.
Yeah, it might have just spun. I need to
Not yet.
try it.
Have to go probably from the bottom. So.
This is where we're at right now. Piece of wood plugged into the fuel pump. Don't know where that plug fell out at. It wasn't pouring fuel out when we left the yard, but it started to pour out as we're going down this Logtown Road. I think it's literally called that, Logtown Road. But he's crawling underneath, and we're gonna try to channel lock that thing a little bit tighter.
Problem is, it's not a lay down thing.
You kind of have to like, all right, see how much thing does. Let's go get a part from, go to the auto parts store. Gotta get something for a transfer. What? If you want to take any more pictures, but it should be a 5.9 transfer pump.
That means
Okay, I'll just... truck's not in front of this car anymore. We're going to the auto parts store to see if we can fix this transfer pump. Hopefully we'll get it back tonight. See you later.
All right, guys, we had a breakdown. The primer pump on the primer bulb on the primary pickup pump unscrewed itself, and it was leaking diesel fuel all over the place. The Suburban was getting a diesel fuel shower. We went to a local Napa, well, 25 miles away, and picked up some of these freeze plug plugs. See that? If we can get see that pump down in there with that piece of wood stuck in it? That's where one of those plugs got to go into. So we got to do that, and then that'll get it at least so we can get back on the road and get rolling. So let me fix that, and we're gonna stop at we got to stop at another auto parts store on the way and pick up some more stuff too. So I'll fill you in when we get there. Well, knock wood or something like that. The fix seems to be working, and we are heading south. Only time will tell. We've got to stop and kind of find out if the headlights are not working on this thing. I think they're burned out or broken or something. So we got to stop and pick up some headlamps at another auto parts store as we head south. So trials and tribulations of vehicle recovery. You never know what you're going to get until you start hitting the road. So we'll have a little update a little bit later here.
All right, so I made it over to Wendy's, grab a Frosty. But the biggest news is that the throttle actually returns like a throttle. Now you might notice it's not connected on the bottom because that thing was rusted. That was the culprit. I would press the throttle and it would sometimes stick at just $2,000 and just stay there. I'd have to physically pull the throttle back. And it made the truck like a death machine. Like you go to clutch in, foot off the throttle, it'd jump up to $2,000, and then you go next thing and you couldn't get the RPMs down. It would just, you'd have to work with that $2,000 engagement, and it's just, you couldn't slow down as you like in gear. Like it just let off the gas, it would hold it. It was very dangerous. Now this isn't like the safest, but I will take it over a stuck throttle most days of the week. Now it's actually returning. Before it had zero return and you would stick in the open position, so, or full throttle position, so much better.
All right, another part of another installment in the journey of the Big Blue recovery. It is 7:32, and we got the diesel leak fixed, which I told you guys about. Once we got that done, we stopped and bought some headlights, got the headlights all installed. Just been heading south since then, and you know, doing the 55-60 thing. And yeah, so looks like now it's a straight shot home. Probably going to be in around I have a feeling 11:30ish tonight. So yeah, that's the life of vehicle recovery. That's the story of vehicle recovery. You know, I'm just happy that it's rolling, and we're not having to come back the next day or have it picked up by a wrecker or a flat deck truck or something. But yeah, and we're not over with yet, but I look rolling pretty good right now. So I'll probably do a little wrap up when we get back at the shop and show you about the truck and how we fixed it. So I'll talk to you guys then. Back in Florida. Took a little bit of work, but we're finally back. So we got probably another 3.25 hours. Get home 11:30, 12 o'clock. So right now it is 8:09. So that's what happens when you're driving 55 miles per hour. All right, we're back at the shop. Next morning, here's the truck sitting here running. Check out those awesome tunes, man. I don't think you couldn't do a better retro city worker radio setup than that. Headliner needs to be replaced. No worries there. Classic bench seat, nice and brown. Not very much damage, really, all things considered for a 95. Swing around. Oh, I got some gas. Swing around in the back seat. Oh man, another glove. Hell, that's pretty awesome. I found some other gloves in the toolbox, man. At least one good set. Drinks from last night. Back seat is clean for the most part. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit more. Interior needs a little work, but it's a classic crew cab interior. 10 of 94. That's American made. It's Ford. Anyways, so we climbed up in the back a little while ago and fired the air compressor up. Started, believe it or not. I don't know how old the battery is in, but it fired up, puts out air. So that's a plus. We're going to be selling that. Anybody needs a air compressor like this in the Tampa Bay area. Mounts into the back with these brackets. We're going to be unbolting that and lifting it out. If anybody needs a Mark 48 LBS, this one here is for sale. Needs engine work, not running at the moment. Make you a good deal. Send me a message or make a comment in the chat, in the message. Yeah. So let me show you what we replaced on the engine. I had to do that right when the air horn works. Awesome. Back in there. There's basically a freeze plug, replacement freeze plug in the hole on the pickup pump for the engine. Where there would normally be a primer bulb. That fell out, was leaking diesel fuel everywhere. Went to the Napa in, what was that name of that town? I'll put it in the comments in the bottom. They had a sign on the front of the Napa that said they do industrial parts, engine parts. The guy didn't have the exact part, but he came up with the idea for the freeze plug. So yeah, thank you for that. That worked with a little bit of modification on my end. We made it home last night about 1 o'clock in the morning. So where's that stick at? I mean, I tried to make a plug for and that freeze plug too. I tried to make a plug out of a piece of pine that was across the street from where it broke down. You can see how far it threaded in, but it just didn't seal all the way, so it didn't work. Ended up using a freeze plug the next size smaller than this one, and it did work. So thanks for that, Napa guy. But anyhow, we're back. It's here. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up, and we've got to take that air compressor off and find a home for it, and just going through the thing inch by inch and getting it the way he wants it. So it's not my project really, but it is my project. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.